So alright guys, so this is like a follow-up class for the big two tasks, the tasks we had. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the tasks too for the last class we had. So you can just like go through it and make sure you can replicate it by following the this class now. So let's start. So what we're going to do basically is ask for a number, then check if it's even or odd using if it's. Then the last thing we'll be doing is you print a counter from that number to one using a loop. Yeah, so let's break it down into steps. So first thing we're going to do is we ask for a number. So ask for a number. So and if you can remember from our previous class, one of the ways you can accept an input from a user is by using the input keyword. Input keyword, please enter a number. Yep. So this basically is step one. So let's run it if it's working correctly. Yeah, we can see you already like have an input. That so that's correct. So that's correct. Let's move to the step two. So step two now is to check if it is even or odd. So using if else statements. If else. So first off, what we're going to do is we need to first decide like how do we know if a number is even or odd. And from our knowledge of mathematics, we can see that okay, if you divide any number by two and it does not have any remainder, so that makes the number an even number. And if you divide by two and you have a remainder, that means it's odd. So that will be our condition. So let's how to implement it now in Python. So we use if, which is like our keyword. And remember that whenever you use the input function, where you are getting the data from the user, data type you get is string, right? String. So for you to be able to do any mathematical operation there, you need to convert it to integer. So let's convert it to integer. We're going to convert it by using the int method. Then we'll pass in our variable, which is the number we got from the user. Then we're going to use this um, percentage sign. So what that means is like reminder rather. So if this equals to zero, so if this equals to zero, that means if you divide the number by two and is zero, that means you don't have any reminder. That means the number is even. So let's print the number is even. Then we can also print the actual number. Yep. And if if the number is not even, that means if you divide by two and it does not equals to zero, like you have a remainder, that means the number is what? Number is odd. So let's print. So you can put it this way or you make it the second line. So print the number is odd. So let's print the number two. Yeah, so this is the step two. Let's run it too. Yeah, you can see the number is even, which is 20. So you can see that means we have it step two working correctly now. So let's move to the last one, which is step three. So what we're going to do now is you print a countdown, countdown from the number. So that means whichever number a user passing, you print a counter from that number to one. So how I'm going to achieve it using a for loop, using a loop, using a loop. So and we already know that we have like two type of loop. Basically, the one we've done, we have a while loop and for loop. So in this case, what we're going to use is for loop. What we're going to use is for loop because we want to print from the number to one. So what we're going to use is for loop. So how do we implement it? So let's use the keyword for loop. So remember it's for Then will you, let me break it down before we go to that. So how do we look through? Okay, let's say we have a number. Let's say you can see that we have a number 20 there that user has already passed. So how do you now move from that 20 to 1? So what we're going to do is, if you remember, there's a task we did the last time, which will make use of the keyword range. So this range is like it takes in three values. So this value, the first one is start, where you want the range to start from. Then this is stop. So the first value is start, the second one is stop, then third one is steps, like how you want it to move. So let's implement something like that. Let me just print it. I'm not going to do this yet. So I'm just going to print it to see how the range works. So let's say I want to print the value of from 10. I want to print from 10. So this range is going to start from 10, then ends at 2. I want it to go like in descending order. So that means I'll put -1. That means once it starts from 10, you should do -1, 9, then till you get to 2. So let's print. So if you print this, you should have from 10 to, so let me print it. Let me look through so that for I in range print, so print I. So you see print I. So you can see that you did not get to 2 because that's where it stops. So you can see. So if I want to get to 2, I can put 1. Yeah, you can see it's loaded. So that's how that works basically. And so, but what we want to do from this task is we want to make a countdown the number from the number which the number coming from the user to 1 using a loop. So first thing first, how do we take in the user number? So what we're going to do is we're going to put the number, since that's where we are starting from. If you remember, I said this range takes in like three values. The first one is going to be like where the number will start from, and where we want to start from is what the user passing, which is the number here. And remember, I said we need to this number, whenever a user passes it, is coming in as a string. So we also always need to convert it to a number. So by using this keyword in it, so this will convert the string to a number, to an actual number, right? Yeah. So this will move to an actual number. So we want to print from that number to 0. So of course we don't, because we want to include 1, so we have to make it stop at 0. So that means it will not get to 0. It will stop at 1. So it's not going to print 0. Then this minus 1 is going to be like how it's going to, it should go in descending order. That means it should start from the number to, yeah. So let's print. So you can see from 20, the number we passed in there was 20. You can remember. So this 20, then it gave us from 20 to 1. So that means this is working. So let's put it all together. Putting it all together. Let's put it all together here. Putting it all together. Putting it all together. So the first let's collect the number. So now we're going to be using this one differently. So instead of this one manually, like using this keyword in it to convert this type to a number, you can cover this like this to something like this. So if you do something like this, you won't need to be converting the number like every time you want to use it. You can do that, or you do it the manual way we did here. So yeah, so this is going to be the number. Then you pass in the number. So this is the first step one. Then this step two, we're bringing it all together basically, like all things we've already done. So if you look at this step two, which is check if it's even or odd. So using the condition, because we've already converted it to a number here using this keyboard, so we can remove this one and it will still work. Right, so it will still work. So we print the number. Then if it's odd, we print the odd. So the next thing is you want to print countdown. So you can copy it if you want to copy it or you rewrite it. So I'm just going to write it for more clarity. So which is step three. Step three. So we want to print from that number. So for I in range, the number. Like I said, you don't need to cover this number again because we've already did that once at that upper part. So you don't need to like do it again. And these zeros indicates where we want to stop, when the countdown to stop. The -1 shows like how we should progress. That we should go from, we should go in descending order actually. So let's run it and see how it's going to work. Yeah, so please enter a number. Let me say I enter 4. Yeah, so the number is even 4. So let me enter another number, maybe an odd number this time. So let me just say 5. Yeah, so 5. So you can see the number is odd. That means this is working. So please, if you have like any question, just you can drop it on the group or you drop it on, and I'll also share this with you. So just make sure you replicate it, and if you have any problem replicating, just let me know so I could explain further. All right, thank you.